Hi guys, it's me, Charles Norman, Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of Athletic SOS. And Athletic SOS is for those of you that are trying to get an athletic scholarship opportunity. So whether you are a parent and you're trying to help your kid get an athletic scholarship, you're somebody that knows a kid that's trying to get an athletic scholarship, maybe they're in your family, a friend, neighbor, whatever, or if you're the athlete yourself and you're trying to figure out how to get an athletic scholarship, our software can help you do that. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting a QR code up, and I'm going to change the QR code up a little bit. It's going to put you on the page where you can actually go ahead and register to use our software, but also on that page on the left-hand side, there's a video showing you what Athletic SOS is. It's a very short video. It's all you kind of need to know, and you are going to be able to use the software at absolutely no cost. So it's not going to cost you anything to use the software, and I've explained that in some previous videos why I'm doing it that way, but it's working out great for us. So please, please, please use the software. In fact, I don't even have to ask you guys to use the software. You guys are blowing it out the water. Everybody's signing up and they're using the code that I'm using when I do these videos. And I've got some other people doing stuff, so we've got a ton of people using the software now, but you guys far and away, you have no idea who I am. You don't know anything about me other than I'm sitting in this park and I do these once a week. No, I did not do this last week. I did a fantastic week. Me and the wife, we did a road trip for some stuff that's coming up in 2024. I'm trying to get prepared for what I want to do next. And you know what? And so today's video, we're going to talk about do you want to be needed or do you want to be wanted for the school that you're trying to select to try to get an athletic scholarship for? What's more important for you to give yourself the best chance to getting selected or getting offered an athletic scholarship? Being needed or being wanted? And so we're going to talk about that. But before I do, I'm going to be remiss if I don't do this. So I keep telling you guys, if you want to change the world, and we're trying to change, I'm trying to change the youth sports world. I want it to be a world of discovery, a world of excitement, a world of fun, instead of it's turned into this sort of rote, you do this, 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 and this. And we try to do that with everything. We try to make everything so efficient. But sports are just athletic games. It's supposed to be fun for kids, and kids keep dropping out, and it gets old really fast. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably a kid that's had success at sports, and so you want to keep going. You want to go from high school to college, and hopefully from college to pro, or to the Olympics, or something else. You want to keep moving forward, and you seem to excel in it. But there's so many kids that quit so early, and in my opinion, one of the reasons is because they chose the wrong sport. So I'm going to try to do something about that. So we've already got this piece of software, and Athletic SOS really is athletic scholarship opportunity solution. That's our solution for that. Our company is called Sports Solutions. So our solutions for those of you trying to get an athletic scholarship is this software and some other things that we're adding on to it. But I'm going to do the same thing for the 5 to 8 year olds, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the 9 to 12 year olds. It's going to look a little different, and so that's one of the things I was doing this week. The wife and I went up and down the California coast because we were looking for certain things that I'm going to add in for next year. I don't even know how some of that's going to come to fruition, but it's going to happen, which is something I want to segue into before I talk about the need versus want thing, because I think this is really, really important. So I keep telling you guys there's 5 things that you're going to need to do, and you can change the world. So you need to have curiosity. You have to be curious in this world. This is an amazing world that we're living in. And I know I'm kind of excited here because what I did last week just kind of reinforced everything that I've been thinking lately. So you have to be curious. That's number 1. You have to be imaginative. You have to have a great imagination. You have to you could just see things, and you imagine them and you can see them, and that's part of the magic. And the other thing you have to have is a dream. You got to have something you're working on. I've got this dream for what I want to do in youth sport. I'm going to change it. I'm telling you, the group that I'm working with, the people I'm working with, we're going to set this thing on its head. And we're not going to try to replace the people that are already in place right now. We want to work with them to do this, because I think everybody wants to do that. It's just, how do I do it? How do I get my piece of the pie and be prosperous in doing it? A lot of people don't just want to do it. They want to make this their livelihood. And so that makes you think a little bit differently than somebody that's just doing something to be doing it. So right, we got curiosity, we have imagination, we have a dream, and then this one I think is the biggest one, is that you have to be able to see the dream. You have to be able to daydream. You have to be able to focus on what you have to see it. Whatever it is, And it has to be a big, bodacious, ridiculous dream. It has to be a dream so big that it scares you and you kind of walk your way back and go, okay, wait a minute, that's a little bit out there. That's not gonna happen. It has to be that big. Stay with it. See it in your head. You gotta see it, you gotta feel it, you gotta taste it, you gotta be there. And you do that every single day, every single night. I take naps in the afternoon, drives my wife nuts, but I take naps because I need to reignite that. But and then the final piece of that, I told you there were 5. And the other one is you have to put effort in. You have to do something. But here's the twist of this thing. And I know it sounds woo-woo, manifestation, all that stuff. Forget all of that. Here's the thing that messes people up. You can't force it. It's just gonna happen. And I can prove that I'm absolutely right. And the proof is, you guys are you're watching this video. There's some people watching this video trying to get an athletic scholarship. There's some people watching this video because they're just kind of frustrated with life and they lucked up on it somewhere, or they just happen to be watching it for whatever reason, and it's resonating with you right now. Like, you feel like the world is just not going in the direction that it should go for you, and you're kind of frustrated, you're trying to figure something out. It has nothing to do with athletic scholarship. You don't even know why you're watching this video. There's some people that are in the youth sports arena, in that world, and you're trying to figure out how to keep moving forward and how to make whatever you're doing better. And now you're going to hear what we do. And if you contact me and you're doing something with youth sports and I can help you, if our software can help you, I will get it in your hands some kind of way. And so maybe somebody sent you here and said, hey, go check this guy out. He's doing something a little bit different. Tell me what you think. That could be why you're here. And it could be a variety of reasons why you're here, but it's because you're moving towards something, or something is going on in your life, and it puts you on this page at this moment, and you had no idea when you came here that I was even going to talk about this. I'm supposed to be talking about youth sports. And so this is my way of saying the world will fix it. It will put you in the places that you need to be. It'll put you in the room you need to be in. It will all work out as long as you're putting some sort of effort into living your life. So you can go on and live your life, but every single day, no matter what you do, remember curiosity, imagination, a dream, a big, huge dream, and then you keep it on your mind every day. You see it, you feel it, you touch it, it's there, it's happening already, it's already happened. You know what it looks like. And that's what you need to have to be able to move forward. And so hopefully this struck a nerve with anybody. Listen to me, you guys. And here's what's always interesting to me. Because if you listen to the news, or you're on social media, you're on the internet, you'll hear all this negative stuff. And it's sort of self-fulfilling, because when we made our trip, before I left, all I'm hearing is recession and things are going down. Take your money out of the bank, go do this, go do that. Just everybody's just on here telling you all this doomsday stuff. Car sales are down. The cost of everything is up. You can't get a loan. Everybody's using their credit cards for everything. You can't afford to buy a house. The interest rates are high and the prices are high. So this is a terrible time to buy anything. There's wars. It just feels like everything is going backwards. It's going wrong. And then you drive and you go out into the real world and you see buildings going up. You hear about commercial real estate is going down the hole. You hear people that had Airbnbs that are now, they can't rent them out and they don't know what they're going to do. They're going to lose them. All of that stuff seems like the world is just going to hell in a handbasket, is the best way for me to put it. But it's not. And here's the thing I'm learning as I do this stuff. I'm sitting in rooms with people that have a lot of money. And here's the people that have wealth, and I know everybody wants to replace the people that have wealth. They should take it and share it with everybody else and give it, you have too much and all that stuff. They need their money moving in society. Otherwise, they're losing money all the time. And this is hard to wrap your head around, because they don't teach it to you in school. Even if you go to college and you're in economics and all that stuff, they don't teach you. Money needs to have motion in order, otherwise you're losing. And people that have money, all they do is shift their money from here to here, but they need to get the money into the hands of the average person, the person that wants to buy a car, who wants to buy a house. And that's how economies get stagnant, because no one wants to borrow, because the news has told you, or somebody on the internet has told you, don't do anything, hoard, sit still, stay still, don't have a dream, don't try to do anything, sit still, it's going to be terrible in the next few years. That's all you keep hearing. And so if you go by that world, it will happen for you. Exactly what you're thinking in your head, it's going to happen for you that way. But if you think the other way, if you start to have curiosity and imagination, and you have a dream, and you can learn to see that dream, you can see what it looks like, you will start to move towards that. And I just proved it to you. You guys are watching this video. That is the proof that this is what you needed to hear for whatever reason. Okay, I'm going off on that tangent and I didn't mean to do it, but I just think the world's so magical and so many people are missing it because they're listening to people that are actually making money off of making you let your world be terrible, be horrible. So anyway, you know what? One more thing here, because we came back on Thursday and then on Friday, my son is working on a project for us for our business. And so I had to meet with a group of kids that are playing pro basketball, not in the NBA, not even in the G League. They play overseas. And so we're going to be doing some stuff with them in 2024. And so we're sitting there, and it's a bunch of young guys between the age of, I'd say 24 to probably 29 in that age group. Really great young men. And so we're talking about some of the stuff that we want to do, and we're trying to see if they're interested and what would it look like for them and what do they need from us to make it make sense for them. And so we're doing all this stuff. And so one of them said, Mr. Norman, you know, your son was telling us that you've been married over 30 years. And I said, yeah. I said, yeah, I have. And they go, okay, what's the secret of that? Because they're trying to get their life started and they want to have someone to do it with. But like I just said before, the internet's telling them, don't do it, bad deal for guys. And I go, I can't tell you what to do. I don't know if there's a secret. This is why I'm doing this video with this subject today. I go, but here's the thing that I always look at. I said, women need to be wanted and men want to be needed. And if you think about those two things in that way, it'll work out. If you have that in your head, I go, but there's nuances. Because even though a man wants to be needed, it's very important for us to be needed. We also need somebody to have some stake in there that they want us, that they admire us as the guy in their life. Like they look up to us. If you don't have that piece, yes, she wants to be wanted. She wants to know that you want her. Women need that. But they also have to give the other way because they have to want to do for you too. So I hope that made sense. But the other thing is also true. For a man, yes, the woman, she wants to be wanted, but she also needs to be needed also. She needs to know that she fits, that what she does for you is important to you. So there's that it's a little bit of both, but the main piece from the outside, from the person that you're marrying or that you're going to be with, this is what you have to realize for them. For the man, he wants to be needed. And for the woman, she needs to be wanted, right? So that is from their point of view. From your point of view, what you need to get out of that is just the opposite, but it's a smaller piece. It's a nuanced piece. And so if you get that right, you guys will have a great life. You just will. Yeah, I know about the laws. I know all that kind of stuff for men, and I'm not telling you to go do anything and walk yourself into a bad situation. And for the women, you know, trying to depend on somebody, because I see it in, I live in suburbia, and I can tell you right now, almost every male that I know in this area are teaching their daughters, be independent, don't have to depend on any guy for whatever reason. And we're all nice guys. They're all great guys that would never do the things, but the world has told them, the news, the internet, whatever has told them, guys are bad, women are gold. It's crazy. It's not the way of the world. Find somebody you want to be with, make a cocoon. This is your world. It's you, it's that person, and that's it. You guys are going to go and smash the world. Ladies, let the guy go ahead and do what he needs to do. He wants to do the best for his family. I don't know any guy that doesn't want to do everything for their family, but you're going to have to take a chance and you're going to have to depend on that guy a little bit. You're going to have to let him roam a little bit. Guys, you got to have something to dream. You got to be looking foresight. You got to make sure that your family doesn't run into a ditch. You can't overdo it. You can't try to do something so big that you put yourself in such a bad spot. If you can still live your dreams, but you got to move your family forward. And you guys, both of you, you're trying to build something so that your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids can build off of whatever you built before. Okay, so I went down this rabbit hole. I'm coming back out now. So in our software, AthleticSOS, one of the things we're doing with you guys is we're telling you, go in, find the schools that you're academically qualified to attend. They have your sport at the level you can participate. And so you're starting to look and you're trying to go, okay, I see these schools. I got a group of schools. I want to reach out to them. Which ones? And let's say you get an opportunity that the schools are interested in you too. And now you've got a couple of schools that are looking. What's more important for you to make that final choice? Is it, should I go to the school that needs me, needs what I do, or the school that wants me to be there? So you need both. And I know that's sort of a cop-out type of thing, but I want to explain a little bit here. So if you go to a school that needs you, then you will get an opportunity to play. Because when I was talking to those guys, and that's one of the reasons I brought this thing up, one of the things I asked them was, why did you guys pick the school that you picked? And every one of the guys said the same thing. They wanted to be able to play as early as possible. They wanted a chance to play. And so they went to a school that, in my opinion, needed them, needed what they did, because that meant they were going to get a chance to play. But I said, but if somebody needs you, then they're always trying to not need you. And this is a weird thing about human beings. If you need something really bad, you try to collect a bunch of it, because if you're going to need it, then you want to have more of it, or you're going to try to replace it. You don't want to need. People don't want to need or have to rely on something. It makes them nervous. It kind of takes them off. So being needed is one. But if they want you, they want who you are. And that is, so if somebody wants you in their program, or they want you on team, and in the case of what we're doing with business, they want to work with us because of who we are and what we're all about, that is a much stronger bond, because people will break and bend rules if they want you there. They will figure out a way to keep you there, and they will make a space for you regardless. The problem with the want is, I can want you around, but if I don't need what you do that much, then you don't get a chance to play. You don't get a chance to compete. You don't get a chance to participate, because you're there because the person wants you there because of who you are, but you need them to need you for what you do so you can get a chance to participate. I hope all of this is making sense. So which one is more important? I don't think necessarily they are one more important than the other. I think in my world, want is more important, and me and my son have this conversation all the time, and I tell him, sometimes we're working on something and it seems like such a great thing, and this is going to be the biggest thing, it's going to take us over the top. I go, we put everything out there, let's go on and keep moving on the stuff that we're working on. We'll get there anyway. This could be a jump, it's a home run instead of making a base hit, but you keep making base hits, now you've loaded the bases. When you do hit the home run, everything comes around, right? You got 4 runs instead of 1 home run, a solo home run. So I'm just doing this in baseball terms, but you guys get where I'm going with this. So I said, you keep on hitting your singles, you keep hitting your singles, you keep bringing people in, you keep bringing people in, and then if the bases are loaded, somebody hits a home run, you get a whole bunch of them, you cleared the bases. But you don't sit and wait for the home run. If they want to work with you, what we're waiting for is that home run person to call us to say, hey, we want to work with you now. When you walk in the room, you're walking into a different room. And so the way to do that is you keep on building your reputation. You keep on doing things that surprise people. People want people with ideas. They don't want people with a product, with just an idea, just a thought. They want people that are doing things. Everybody we work with, I tell everybody when I walk in the room, the only reason I'm sitting in this room, or the reason I'm on this Zoom call or on this phone call, is because you guys are already doing something, and I want to be able to join with people that are already doing something, because we're already doing something. And so when I walk in the door, I can say, listen, if this makes sense for you, if this is going to help you, I don't do anything unless I'm helping the other person. If this helps you, I can make it happen, because I don't have to go ask anybody else. I can do this right here, right now. Are you guys ready to go? Let's go with this. Even if we just do this piece right now, we can move forward. It doesn't bother me. That's the way we work at Sports Solutions. That's how we move forward. So anyway, so I hope that makes a lot of sense. So when you're using the software, go in, find the schools that fit you, and then look at their roster. Look at the size of the kids. Look at who's leaving the year you may be coming out. So they may be recruiting for that position. Do they play the way you play? Do they play differently than how you play? Does it fit you? If it fits you and you want to go there, do they need what you do? And then you've got to be the best person you could possibly be. They're going to come see you. They're going to talk to your high school coach. They're going to talk to your travel club coach. They're going to talk to your trainers. They're going to be trying to vet you. Do they want you in their program? Because that is the advantage. That is where you set yourself apart. We want this kid in our program because of who they are, but we also need them here because of what they do. And so I hope that combination makes sense to you. And here's another little tip for you guys that I wanted to throw in. When you guys are searching the schools and you're looking at the roster, go back 4 years. So you see all the seniors on there, and there may be maybe only 2 or 3 seniors. Go back and see 3 years prior, because they're in their senior year now, 3 years prior, they were freshmen. Their freshman year, how many people on there are still there? How many people left? And then go year by year moving forward to see. And if it's under a different coach, like there's a new coach that's only been there a year or 2, it's going to be a little harder to tell. Go back to the previous coach. Does that college work in a way where they work with their kids that they can keep them all 4 years. That means they're keeping them academically qualified. That means that they are rewarding their kids that go through their program. And then it also means that they are all about the whole thing, right? They're about their kids, they're about the school, they're about the education, they're about building their alumni. And so that is going to be a robust program. That's where you want to be. You want to be someplace where everybody's not jumping around and moving in and out because they're unhappy. And kids will leave. Now, this is the other thing. Don't think if you go there, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves about people getting athletic scholarship thing. You're not stuck. So I cannot tell you which school to go to. I can't even promise you that the school that you choose is the right school for you, even though you did all this homework. I don't know. You can always pivot if you need to. Remember that the transfer portal is now open. It's big time right now. And so maybe you don't do all 4 years, but as a person looking to go to the school, you want to see how many of those kids stuck around, because it tells you a lot about the program. But it also could mean that those kids went there, they did not do their homework, somebody came in and recruited them without them saying, oh, this is where I want to be, and they got there and maybe they didn't like the school, they didn't like where it was, they didn't like the atmosphere, they didn't fit who they were, and that's what we're trying to avoid for you guys. But they went ahead and went there anyway because that school offered them an athletic scholarship and they took it, and so now they're not happy, and so they move. We want to eliminate that. So we want you to do your homework up front so that the schools that are on your list are the schools that you would want to go to for other reasons other than just playing, and that you are a prize, that they want you there for who you are, but they need what you do at the same time. So I hope that helps you guys a lot. Remember, I give you down below, I also give you the instructions in case the QR code doesn't work for you, or you don't know how to use it, or it's confusing. So I give you the instructions, I give you a code, and I tell you how to use it. Use it. The software is yours to do something with. Go ahead and move with it. And if it's not for you, give it to someone else that could use it if you just happen to be seeing this for some other reason. All right, guys, as always, best of luck in everything that you do in all your future endeavors. And remember, whatever sport it is, however great you are at it, it's what you do, it's not who you are. Okay, guys, we'll talk to you next week. Bye.